Hey, Hunter, quick question.
Well, history tells me that I really shouldn't trust this, but go on.
If you were launching a brand new action franchise in the 80s, what would you call your first movie?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe something safe, something contained.
Well, okay, how about instead you called it The Adventure Begins?
Oh, no.
Well, that movie exists.
Of course it does.
And today on the Hubbubbery,
we're talking about a movie that promised a franchise
and delivered exactly one adventure. Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
Which, to be fair, basically is still the beginning.
Technically correct.
Welcome to the Hubbubbery with Dan and Hunter. On with the show.
Okay, so quick context in case you've never actually seen this.
Which, fair.
Fred Ward plays a cop who's pretty much immediately declared legally dead.
And then is recruited into a secret government program. Not in a, zombie way, in a fake death way.
Yeah, and then he's carefully trained by a Korean master assassin.
To become an unstoppable, gravity-optional operative.
And that's basically the plot.
It's a good starting line.
So right out of the gate, this movie tells you exactly what it is and what to expect to become. It's not just Remo Williams, it's Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
Which really, that's kind of an insane level of confidence, don't you think, for a first movie? It's not a title, it's like a legally binding promise.
Yeah, there's no, if this works, we'll make more. This movie is walking in the door saying, great news, everybody! We've already planned your emotional attachment, and we've got sequels 2 through 9 already ready.
Yeah, it's basically showing up with a box set before the audience even sits down.
Yeah, and that confidence actually comes from the source material.
Yeah, so this is based on the Destroyer book series, right? Which at the time was already well established.
Oh, yeah. Not just established, like massive. There's over 150 books in this series.
150? That's not a book series. That's like a long-term fictional relationship.
Yeah, you don't just check one out.
No, it starts there, but then like 3 weeks later, you've got opinions on book number 87.
Yeah, exactly. So, from the studio's perspective, this wasn't some risky adaptation. They're looking at it like, hey, we've got built-in material, built-in longevity. Let's build a franchise.
Yeah.
It really wasn't even a gamble. It was a plan, a very confident plan, and it resulted in...
Just one movie.
Yeah, and now that title feels, slightly aspirational.
Yeah.
So to really understand Remo Williams, you kind of have to zoom out and see what it was like when it was made, which is the mid-1980s. Hollywood was operating on a very specific kind of confidence. This is the era of Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, and Rambo, and Rocky.
Franchises like that, you don't just test the waters. You build the doc first, then you name the doc, then you plan a doc trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. A studio believed in a concept. They didn't hedge it. They invested in it. And the Destroyer series, the one Remo Williams is based on, they had a specific tone. It was action with satire, but not parody, kind of a self-aware edge.
Yeah, so it could be intense in one moment, and then in the next, it kind of quietly acknowledges how intense it's being.
Yeah, exactly, but never fully break, and that's what the movie tries to do.
Yeah, which is kind of where things get interesting, because this could have gone full parody.
Or full straight-laced action.
Instead, it kind of lives somewhere in between. It's almost like a serious action movie.
Almost a satire.
Almost James Bond-style spy movie.
But never really fully committing to any of those lanes.
Yeah, it's like they built 3 different movies and just decided to honor them all equally.
That's not me. What the hell have you done to me?
But the wild part of this is the movie never feels unsure about it. They cast serious actors, they shot on real locations, they spent real money.
Yeah, no, this isn't a cult movie trying to look big.
Yeah, no, this is just a big movie that just accidentally wandered into cult territory and bought a house. So if you want proof of how much this movie believed in itself, you don't really even have to look any further than how it was made. Because again, this thing doesn't just, feel big. It is big.
Oh yeah, no, there's no smoke and mirrors here. They didn't fake scale. They just went out and did it.
One of the more memorable early sequences of the movie. And Remo, he's running along the side of a building's rooftop.
Yeah, which, it kind of feels like something filmmakers today might cheat a little bit.
Yeah, you could green screen it, touch it up. call it a day.
Yeah, but no, Remo Williams, they just did it, right?
That's kind of the philosophy with this whole production. If they could do it for real, they did.
And then right after that, we get the moment where the size of the movie fully reveals itself.
Oh yeah, the Statue of Liberty. I mean, the part was pretty crazy. They didn't fake that. They built an exact replica of the Statue of Liberty's torso, rivet for rivet, for one sequence.
That's an aggressive level of commitment.
Yeah, most movies would go, how do we simulate that? And this movie just went, what if we just built America again?
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was watching that scene, and I realized how they did it. When their camera's face down, they're on the real Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
When the camera's facing up, they're on the ground of a desert.
Yeah.
Do you know how many edits are in that scene? It's insane.
Sure.
To watch it, I'm like...
And to get the coloring and everything right?
Oh, it's really well done, because I'm like, holy crap.
And that's one of the things with this movie you almost don't even appreciate.
No.
Because it looked like, sort of a silly scene.
I had never questioned it until I even heard that they built a Statue of Liberty, because I was like, oh man, that's crazy. How'd they do that? Yeah, and then the Mexico doubles for Mount Promise. That's a movie's secret training ground.
Yeah, and the film was filmed near a volcanic region. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. It is in Mexico, and this immediately gives you this kind of mythic scale,
Yeah, so now you've got this large-scale exterior environments, real weapons testing ranges, full-on action staging.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this cast.
Okay.
Because that's where the movie really starts to separate itself. Because on paper, this doesn't really look like your typical 1980s action lineup.
Yeah, no, there's no larger-than-life, muscle-bound action star anchoring this thing.
No, instead you get Fred Ward.
Yeah, not really a Schwarzenegger-Stallone type. I like Fred Ward, but it's an interesting choice. Fred Ward doesn't really walk into a scene and make you think, that man will save the world.
No, he walks in and you think, that guy knows a guy who maybe could help.
Yeah, he's got strong, reluctant, regular guy energy, which, to be fair, kind of does work for Remo.
Well, yeah, because this is an origin story, so he's not fully formed yet. He feels grounded, physical, and scrappy, which would make the world around him feel all the more believable.
Yeah, but it's funny because you can kind of get a sense of what another version of this movie would have been like had they gone in a different direction.
Oh, yeah.
You even told me you've read that people thought Bruce Campbell would have done a great job in the role.
Oh, definitely. Just smirking his way through international espionage. A little more Evil Dead, a little more, I can't believe I'm here, which doesn't sound like him at all. But instead, Fred plays it much more grounded. And then right next to him, you have Joel Grey as Chion.
Yeah, which, it's a bold choice, let's say, to play a Korean character.
His performance is very stylized and very committed. But then, hey, you bring in Wilford Brimley.
Yes, and he arrives like he's been running a secret government program since 1937.
Yeah, he doesn't introduce authority, he just is authority.
Yeah, but really, when you see him on screen, I think it's clear that mustache alone is actually doing at least 40% of that performance.
Oh yeah, that's not a mustache, that's a governing body.
That mustache has clearance levels.
You don't question that mustache.
No. You question yourself around that mustache.
That mustache signs documents.
That mustache denies your request.
That mustache has a pension.
That mustache has seen things.
That mustache remembers things.
You don't shave that mustache.
You respectfully step down from it.
There are smaller mustaches reporting to that mustache.
So now you've got this really interesting mix. You've got your grounded, unlikely lead, a highly stylized mentor, a very serious, very mustachioed authority figure.
Yeah, or a very authoritative mustache, which just happens to be attached to a man. All right, so with all of that in place, the ambition, the scale, the source material, what happened?
I think it comes down to expectations and clarity. And when a movie doesn't really fit cleanly into a category,
yeah, well, and then it becomes harder to market, right? Harder to explain, harder for audiences to latch onto it right away.
Yeah, so the result is sort of this strange irony. the adventure begins.
But also where it ends?
Well, mostly. Okay, so there was actually a brief moment where it looked like the adventure might continue. So ABC aired a pilot in 1988 called Remo Williams, The Prophecy. New cast, new direction, same idea. It followed up the events of the movie, but starred Jeffrey Meek as Remo and Roddy McDowall as Chun.
Oh, okay, so there kind of was a plan for a sequel.
Yeah, there was a flicker, a spark, a prophecy, if you will. A prophecy that also did not come true. It started with a pilot episode and ended with the pilot episode.
That's actually one of the most impressively on-brand outcomes imaginable for Remo.
But even with all that, the movie still doesn't feel like a failure.
Oh yeah, the ambition, the commitment, it was there, and it shows. Dan, I think it's time.
Ooh, yes, steady your breathing. Align your body.
We are about to enter a highly unstable environment.
Where logic breaks down.
And all we can do is react.
Come with us into the reactor. Almost immediately, Fred Ward is told that he's basically dead now.
Great start to an adventure. Chun dodging bullets when Remo first meets him.
Very Matrix. Pre-Matrix.
Concept Matrix. Execution pending.
Remo learns how to dodge his own bullets by relaxing.
Finally, a skill I've been training for my whole life.
Remo's human-sized hamster obstacle course.
Tequila! Chun's soap opera watching finger balancing routine.
The body rests on 2 fingers. The mind rests on my stories.
Chun explaining things with authority.
It would be better for you to eat this can than what is inside of it.
You don't fact-check Chun.
You accept Chun.
This guy's creepy smile. Stop it! Bloodthirsty Statue of Liberty construction workers.
Okay, look, I'm coming down.
Yeah, you sure are. The short way.
Treating attempted murder like it's just another day.
Hey, if you don't work here, you're dead. Running across wet cement without sinking.
Yeah, that's not a skill. That's just a disagreement with physics. A rat crawls in your pants.
As they do.
A dog swipes J.A. Preston's arm. Yoink!
And the movie just kind of moves on.
Well, it is just a flesh wound. That guy's creepy smile. Stop it!
A MacGyver-esque diamond tooth glass score.
Surprisingly effective.
A Stooge-esque death blow right to the gas mask wearing kisser.
Knock, knock, knock. Remo gets hoisted into the air on a giant log.
Which is already a complete sentence.
And then he gets shot at.
And now it's a run-on sentence. Remo's bullet-dodging whirligig moment of triumph.
Whee! And the movie ending like there are definitely more adventures coming.
But there are not. And somewhere in the background, doing its thing, that mustache is approving all of it.
Pay no attention to that mustache behind the curtain.
Wait. Are we theorizing that mustache was running the whole operation all along?
That mustache is the operation, Hunter.
Whoa.
Remo Williams. That theme song is from Tommy Shaw. I think they were like, hey, we got this song we paid Tommy Shaw from Styx for.
Yeah.
We should put that in the movie.
Yeah.
And they kind of just looked at the only part that maybe seemed appropriate to put it.
Hey, where the hell you going with my ambulance?
There's a message I'm receiving, but it's not the one that I...
Because there was no other point where they're not going to put it over Joel Grey.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to put it, when they're on Mount Doom.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant, Mexico.
Right.
Pukipaka.
Yeah.
So they just jam it in there. And I remember watching this, and Paula looked at me, she goes, that was kind of a weird place to put that. And I was like, yeah, it never did really fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty good song, though.
And that's one of those things with editing where you go, oh, he has this really good thing that we need to use.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, when it doesn't really work, to say, well, we're not going to use it. And sometimes you're like, yeah, let's just use it.
That's what that guy said.
Yep. And that was Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins.
Quite the one adventure. I kind of think it plays better now than it did then.
I bet. It's really just a popcorn flick, and if you don't think too hard about it, you'll likely just enjoy it for what it is and how fun it is.
Yeah, and in the end, with all its hopes and dreams aside, the movie did become a standalone, beloved, yet lesser-known entity that just never really went away.
Like Wilford Brimley's mustache. We have proof that it won't be going away anytime soon. Our friends at Kino Lorber just released a 4K remastered disc of the cult classic.
Yes. What about you? Have you seen Remo Williams? If so, are you going to pick up the new 4K release?
Yeah, and tell us, did the movie work for you? Are you discovering it for the first time?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
And if you enjoyed this episode, also let us know that in the comments.
And if you see fit, give us a like, subscribe, share, talk to your friends, tell us about them.
And we'll see. Tell us about your friends. We want to know. I mean, just, I don't know. I mean, they're probably nice people.
Do we want to know? Tell us all that there's dirty secrets.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time on the Hubbubbery.
You've been watching the Hubbubbery. Comment, subscribe, and hit like. You know, it's funny. Like used to just mean you liked something. Now it's currency, isn't it? Like me, validate me, be my friend. Social media, eh? This has been Nigel Fiddlesticks for the Hubbubbery. Ta-ta for now.